And I actually would love to see him back on it. It's been a long time, but it's probably going to be the Galio for Vista here.
Oh, and Vayne is coming in alongside a Rakan.
I feel like Hanwha Live should have a very comfortable mid to late game situation here going into the Live Sandbox comp. Live Sandbox is outside of the Orianna.
You know, if it doesn't go well in the early game, this is looking pretty good for Hanwha Life as we are entering match 15, game number 1 here. Live Sandbox against Hanwha Life Esports. And we saw also a Gnar ban in the second phase. I guess they were actually giving a lot of credit to the potential of Chovy grabbing that Gwen.
It is Chovy.
Yep.
So yep, that makes sense.
See Johan waiting for a bit of a dive gank with this, and they do spot Fade. And on paper, this just kind of looks like, okay, they're trying to deny my back, but actually he was in a bit more danger than he actually expected. Krako is going to spot him here. Fate now getting the first rotation on in. The kick is used as well. He's got Dudu nearby, but a flash will be able to get him out of dodge. He will be just fine, but can the same be said about Dudu, who does not have his flash available? He's trying to get to the wall here and potentially get over it, but okay, there he goes. We'll see exactly how much more Live Sandbox can chop off here. Johan is in position this time, a 2-on-2, and Krako's kind of in no man's land, thinking about which direction to go, and now Johan's going in for it. The kick will get him to safety as the damage is not enough.
Easy going, you know, keeping relevant in the game, not giving up too much. Dudu is in a lot of trouble here, though. Teleport available for Chovy.
There's only 4 of them going up to the top side. At least it's not 5, maybe you could say. Here comes the teleport, and he is going to be charmed up, stunned up, and there is our first blood.
To see whether or not it's enough, we're going to have to see how they play out these next fights, because I don't think they can give up this next Drake, because that's going to give Hanwha Life so much time to just wait for their Yuumi to really get going, for the Ezreal to finish. The Muramane, the next item afterwards, as he goes in.
This is a rough spot for Fate. He is dead, and he even flashed there at the end of Live Sandbox.
Oh, Chovy.
Okay, he's got Johan nearby, but Johan's actually moving away at this point. Now is going to identify it. Chovy still does have flash, and he's got a 3-man taunt here. He's looking to turn this around. Stopwatch, a pretty good item. Going to keep him alive for a long time. Tries to flash away, but he does not get away. And now Johan gets baited into this as well, looking for the kill, but looks like maybe he didn't have the energy to follow up on the second Q. And now with both the jungler and Chovy down, they're thinking about this Baron, but Death's still alive with the Yuumi on his back. Not going to be the easiest play. They're still going to go for it here.
And Baron rather is going to go down really, really quickly. Great poke coming in through from Death. Dudu, Death, and Vista. Gonna try and get them off there. I think they can't do this. It's too risky.
It's pretty scary, but they're committing to it. That's a missed Q. And every Q that Def misses just makes them even more confident. Effort's able to get away. Dudu's in the pit. They take down the Rakan, but the Baron at least will go to Krako. And that was really the objective for Live Sandbox, but might be losing a bunch of their members here. Summit's also trying to get out of dodge. Chovy is running on in. Lands that slow, and that will be a dead Crocodile at the end of all that. But still the Baron was taken here by Live Sandbox. They've got the positioning. That's a lot of damage on a Prince, though. Death being given more and more time. They're looking to blow up Dudu, but he has a stopwatch, and he's got a Galio. As it looks like the Galio was interrupted by Summit, but that means that Summit's now the one that's going to go down. And Hanwha Life have immediately thwarted this engage from Live Sandbox. It has just been Live Sandbox, try to hard engage. And speaking of which, this time it's Hanwha Life. They found effort as the Orianna Shockwave basically does negative damage, it feels like, especially to the Galio there. And yeah, I mean, it's not going to help. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but a nice little pick off from Hanwha Life. But yeah, every single team fight is hard engage, Galio ultimate comes out, and then immediately Live Sandbox are kind of like scrambling. And it's rough. I mean, even if you catch the Gwen, as we saw, they tried to go on her, she's got his Zhonya's. And the Galio. And here we go once again. So Krako's going to be jumped on here. We got the teleports coming in. Summit is trying to frontline. Immediately, Krako has to run away. But now Johan's gone a little bit too deep. And they weren't able to get any kills, actually. So Johan was the one that gets caught out here. We got a minute 30 until the Baron, so again, no big objectives, but Hama Life still trying to make a play, and they actually fail this time. They've got that top lane pushing. That's a sick amount of damage on the Fade. He has to back away immediately as the Yuumi on top of Dudu is threatening, but here comes Effort in from behind, getting a lot of those people stunned up and charmed up as Summit tries to join in with him. Nobody actually dying. Dudu going super deep as the shockwave is going to miss, and Prince stays alive somehow, some way throughout all of that. Deft with full health and a Yuumi on his back. Is still looking to lead the charge alongside of Chovy. They're going to get that stun down onto the Renekton. Deft is just keeping everybody else out as the Renekton survives for a crazy amount of time. But at the end of the day, Hama Life will win the fight, and they will take down that Ocean Soul.
Deft needed to do damage. He definitely did. Even with Summit diving on top of him, that was an extremely long fight. And that's where the Yuumi shines, when she can hop from person to person, keep them all topped up. Because without a Yuumi, that fight would not have gone well for Hanwha Life. And now they have the Soul, now they have the Baron. And this might be the moment where Liv Sandbox are no longer in control of this game.
Yeah, just like that. I mean, the Ocean Soul is really going to help out as well. But again, Prince did go back. He still has his GA. True Shot Barrage misses. And now trying to get into the back line, and maybe that's the way, but Prince is still alive. It's going to be the battle of the AD carries as Prince is getting in there now, but he flashes forward. He can't get the kill. He finally does, but now he'll be the one to go down, and the rest of Liv Sandbox is not there to help him as he revives, as Hama Life will win a incredibly close fight and will take the Baron. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it gets you a little bit more map position as maybe you pushed a little bit too far. Effort's going to be able to engage on a Dudu, but again, it is Gwen. The Vayne doing insane amount of damages, but this is what happens. She has been able to get some room, but Deft is also still alive. As Prince, though, is chopping down one by one. The front line of Hama Life has disappeared as Deft desperately tries to take out Prince, but he cannot. And the Vayne has come online alongside of the Orianna with the double kill, and they're pushing for the end here.
They have one cannon minion. Is it enough? I think they can just tank the turrets. Have they done it?
I think they have. The Lee Sin, he's got Smite. There's a way. You got to get in there and take the cannon out, otherwise you're not feeling good. He's going to get in, try to take it out. He smites, it's not enough damage, and they're tanking it up, and the minions are coming in here. Do they have it? I think with 20 seconds on the death timers, they will win this game.
Prince!
The Vayne comes online 40 minutes into the game, and Kroko will have his moment to finally dance next to a little bit of a ride there. And you could see the damage that Death was doing. This is why we had confidence in Hama Life's comp in the later stages of the game. But all it takes is one team fight. You know, one person gets out of position, Vayne gets a couple autos, and all of a sudden.
I guess theoretically, if you really want to stay in theme, the rest of the composition also pick up the Kai'Sa, but she doesn't synergize super well necessarily. And it's going to be the Kench Senna pickup here from Hanwha Life. Not something you're super excited about, I think, generally. Especially considering how game went. Liv Sandbox looking pretty clean, all things considered. As a Hanwha Life fan, I think you're going into this one a little bit scared. But not too much punishment coming on here. Of course, none of it is able to really shove that wave into turret and then put pressure down. As we can see, Prince completely happy. Not even behind. Johan has done this a bunch of times now, visiting towards top side.
Looks like, okay, the flash coming in. Kroko looking for the gank in the mid lane. Chovy not even blowing his flash just yet. Kroko waiting for it, looking for the kill, and he will pick it up. As first blood will go the way of Kroko, although Chovy at least is able to trade one back. Johan is waiting up in the top side, but Meganar is about to hit. Maybe looking for the bait coming in, but Summit, look at that, respects it. Does not follow up for the trade.
And Dudu going in with the bait, you know, not hitting the Tampa. Summit went almost full Narbar. I think so many people were cutting. Johan is still waiting.
He's still here. We saw this a lot yesterday. Summit, though, it kind of looks like he knew this was coming, although he's being burned down, and it's not going to matter in the end. That's the kill handed over to Dudu in the top lane.
And I think the lane stayed beautiful there for Dudu, if I'm not mistaken. If he can get into a situation where he can just freeze that, Summit forced to use a teleport, that feels really good for the top side.
We're ulting top side. That's what's going on. Summit has effort nearby, though. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it will, as the Lantern comes in. But now effort is getting into a little bit of a sticky situation, keeping people around, though, for the roam from Croco and Fate. Although they will say, we got to take this one a little bit slower. Croco, though, is going in. He's looking for Toby, who does not have his flash, and he will be going down. And that is a really nice response.
Effort's making plays around the map. And Chovy is
Johan's here for the counter gank. There's no flash available. That's a really nice equalizer. The Haymaker does come in, though. Johan does eat a big fist to the live. It's 3-on-2 right now, but guess who's coming up to the top side? Yes, you guessed it. It is Effort. He's almost here. And that's why Liv Sandbox aren't backing off. We also got the Meganar coming in. Yet again, they're going to be able to burst down that Rumble immediately. And now Dudu's looking for the kill. He gets it at least, but that's a 2-for-1 in favor of Liv Sandbox. And the Rift Herald is available here. Deft and Toby still up, though, looking to clear the wave at least and not give up too much of this lane to Liv Sandbox.
Also feeling very comfy, and there is nothing but action in this game, Valdez.
Yeah, we're getting into it again. Fate's bringing 3 people into the mid lane. Croco gives up on the Drake. They want to go for Johan, and he's just alone here. Effort sets it up again, and the positioning was not great. And that's going to make this a 5-on-4, and the Rift Herald is given over to Liv Sandbox. They are once again dominating in this early game. I wouldn't even be surprised if they could get the Drake as well. And here, Deft and Vista have no idea. They're trying to burst down the Senna. Devour is down. He's able to flash away as the equalizer, and he dodges the rocket from the Jinx. It's actually going to keep Deft alive, although certainly a lot of damage done in the Crab Rave. Vista's actually taunting Effort when Effort is support gapping right now, and we're pushing on the bottom side for Liv Sandbox. They're looking for plates as well. And now Johan thinks he can get in here. Thankfully, he's got a Tom Kench. But if you lose 0-2 to Liv Sandbox, you don't really have much else going for you. Of course, it's not over, as we're trying to get on top of Deft, and Vista was in the mid lane, so he's not going to be able to get devoured here. Summit will go down, but the turnaround here is massive as the engage is coming in, and another huge hook comes in from Effort, this time on a Toby, as the play will come in as well, and Toby will go down. That's a double kill of this Diana, who is so fed in this game. Let's hand over another kill to the Jinx as well.
Behind
right, well, maybe 5th time is the charm, as we have the teleport coming in. Looks like 5th time is indeed the charm. They're going to kill Summit, but at the same time, look at Croco getting on top of Deft here. There's really no hope when you've got 3 members up in the top side, and Deft and Vista are this far up the lane. Fate's not even here! And that's just a free double kill given over to Liv Sandbox, plus more.
As yet, I mean, Effort has a lot of gold.
Yeah,
he has been
good description of
around the map. He's been picking up bounties everywhere.
Yeah, and I think this play on paper is okay, but when the duo lane of the bottom side gets caught out at the same time, that's when it doesn't get okay.
It does not get okay.
They're like pushing into the dark jungle here. You have no vision. I mean, they're not even together. Eventually they do group up, but by this point it's too late. Diana's so fed, like she's eventually gonna kill you. And that's it's pretty simple for Liv Sandbox. Maybe his frustration, you talked about forcing things. Summit, he is losing his Meganar, but it doesn't seem to matter. They're still going into this one. A massive engage comes in from Fate. Not much of a follow-up, though, as they're just looking to push them away, get the Drake, and get out. That's now Cloud Soul Point on the map here for Liv Sandbox. I feel like oftentimes you play so much League of Legends, you can kind of just get into, you know, a bit of a lull, like every game is the same, but he really has identified where to get the advantages in this game, and it's been really beautiful to watch. From the support perspective, as he puts down the box, the Baron is absolutely Liv Sandbox. And look at this, Deft is all alone once again. They're trying to get on top of this Senna, and they will be able to, although Prince also went down, and now Effort's going to go down as well. Toby's got some room up on the top side. He takes down the Gnar, And Liv Sandbox maybe a little bit too much, although Fate not able to get the kill. This time around, Vista does get the Devour. They keep the Baron on the Diana, but only the Diana after that play.
And what a necessary play from Hanwha Life.
And then you can potentially win. As, okay, very proactive play here. Trying to use 2 global ultimates to get on top of a set. Where have we seen this before? Not the cleanest fight though from the Sandbox. They're still able to take them down. And a massive engage comes in from Croco. This guy is so massive in this game. As Toby is doing some nice damage, but it does not seem to matter. As a huge haymaker does come in from Fate. And that is going to be the ace at the end of it. And it's a clean one from Liv Sandbox. As this game has been, they're looking to end it here in 26 minutes.
Are Liv Sandbox really going to 2-0 Hanwha Life? They were our 4th team of the LCK last split, and it looks like they're about to go 0-6, Valdes.
0-6 in games, 0-3 in matches. And Liv Sandbox, this is a huge springboard into the next games that they have. We'll see if they can end this game here. Fate is CCing everybody down. And at this point, they're kind of playing with their food. They could have just targeted the Nexus. Instead, they'll target the KDAs on top. They're just happy with their win. And it was really dominant here in game number 2. As you can see, the numbers really tell the story. I know you wanted to vote for Croco. Maybe you did in the end. I'm not 100% sure.
No.
But I think the 2 of them especially, the jungle support meta, really coming into effect here in game 2.
I wanted...